Hello there my RPG lovers and welcome to another video. It's been a while since we heard anything about Biomutant. This action open world RPG looks really creative, and ever since the first trailer appeared back in 2018 I believe, it managed to gain attention from a lot of people. It's not so hard to see why. It has a unique visual style, and combined with fast-paced action combat and interesting RPG elements, Biomutant has a huge potential. Honestly, I didn't expect to find a lot of depth when it comes to RPG mechanics when I first saw the game, but I was completely wrong. The character creation has a unique feature where your appearance actually affects your stats. The character progression seems to have a lot of depth as well, especially with different mutations, and as you would expect from an RPG, you'll have a lot of different gear that you can find or craft. All of that combined with a big open world that looks really fun to explore. The team behind this game is actually quite small, they have around 16 people in their team. That's actually really impressive considering how the game looks. The main reason why I'm making this video is because IGN just featured some new Biomutant gameplay on their stream. Before this event there wasn't a lot of new info about this game at all, which was really concerning actually. A lot of people, including myself, thought that Biomutant is probably delayed again or even cancelled. But it turns out that Biomutant is alive and well, the developer just needs more time. I don't have problems with waiting for the game, take all the time you need, and we should keep in mind the size of their team. The only thing that I didn't like was the lack of information, which led us to believe that the game might have some serious problems. But fortunately that wasn't the case, and we have a decent amount of new gameplay footage, so let's talk about that. The creative director of Biomutant was talking about 6 different tribes in the game and how each of that tribe represents one of the DNA strands. This is actually directly connected with the character creation process. Like I mentioned before, your appearance will affect your stats. For example, if you make your head bigger, your intellect stat will increase, but your strength will decrease. This will be important in the beginning of the game, but you will be able to modify your DNA later in the game as well. In some older gameplay videos, we could see the option to recode your DNA as well as your genetic code. I'm guessing this will probably be important when you interact with those 6 different tribes in the game. Speaking about creating your character, we got some info about starting classes. We'll be able to choose a couple of different starting classes, and depending on our choice, we'll have different starting weapons and gear. A couple of classes that were mentioned are Sci-Freak and Commando. But the main thing that caught my eye in this new gameplay footage is enemy variety. It seems like Biomutant won't suffer from this, because just from the gameplay footage we could see a lot of unique monsters, and I really mean a lot, and that's impressive. These big world eaters were obviously the main focus, and they are basically big boss fights. But all these different enemies that we'll encounter in the game look really good. Even a lot bigger role-playing games can struggle with enemy variety, but it seems like Biomutant won't have these problems, which makes me really happy actually. When it comes to the combat, I think it's now more clear than ever that this game will require decent player reaction. At least when it comes to big boss fights, because almost everything that we could see from these fights were precise player dodges. We don't actually know how punishing the game will be in those situations and how the difficulty works. Another huge feature in the game is crafting, and it seems like it has a lot of depth. We can salvage crafting pieces in the open world and put them together to make a weapon. Different crafting pieces will come in different quality, and Stefan, the creative director of Biomutant, said that there are a lot of different possible combinations. Some of these unique parts will give you special abilities. Speaking about special abilities, physical and psionic mutations are really important for your character build. There wasn't a whole lot of new information about mutations, but we know from before how important this will be for your character. These mutations will give you special abilities depending on your stats, I guess. You can unlock these mutations by visiting special places in the world. When it comes to the story, the world of Biomutant is basically dying and you can choose to save it or help to destroy it. One of those 6 tribes that we mentioned before will be your ally, and they will affect the story of the game. Each time you defeat one of the world eaters, something major should happen when it comes to the plot. After seeing this new gameplay footage, I'm really excited to play this game. Unfortunately, we still don't have the official release date, which kinda sucks, but Stefan said that the game is in the final stage of development. So according to that, we should probably get a release date soon, or some new info about this at least. And that would be it for this video. I will keep my eye on Biomutant because it's still one of my most anticipated games, so stick around if you want to see more content. Don't forget to subscribe for more content and click on the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. Special thanks to my Patreons, and if you as well want to support this channel in the long run, consider checking out those links in the description. That will be all, and I'll see you in the next one.